Firstly, I would like to speak about how feminists have poisoned the idea that women shouldn't be stay at home, taking care of the house, cooking, things like that. I mean, no one is forcing me to do that. In fact, although I am a lesbian, I hope one day to find that special woman out there and live with her and hopefully be able to have kids. I think it's disgusting that wanting to be a stay-at-home mother is such a taboo subject. It's disgusting. They shame you and make you feel bad just because you want to be a just because you want to be a mother. I mean, is that really something that you should shame a woman for? I mean, you're really taking away the rights of a woman, the right to choose, by shaming that topic. It's absolutely disgusting. I want to be the quote, barefoot and pregnant woman. I know that might sound regressive to some people, but I think it's my right to choose that. And to tell me that I am throwing away over 60 years of progressiveness just because I want that is disgusting. I don't find that what I choose to do is hurting society. I don't understand that. I just, it really boggles my mind that idea that taking care of children and loving them and raising them to be independent, strong women, independent, strong men, whatever I have, I don't know, I don't see the downside to that. And if I'm shamed for that, okay, go ahead, call me an idiot, go ahead, call me regressive, and call me, a traitor to the cause. I really don't care. I really don't. I have come from a long line of strong, independent women who did it without feminism. My great-grandmother served in World War II, and she was honorably discharged after her time was done, and I don't see how... I come from that. I come from strength, and I come from power. I come from a place where my family has raised me to believe that I can do whatever I want in my life. Whatever dreams that I have, whatever I choose to do is an okay thing. And you know what? I was brought up exactly the same way as my brother. My brother is a wonderful human being, and my father is a wonderful human being, and that kind of goes to the men side of it, where men are treated like shit. They are told that they are wrong. They are told that they are predators. Like, all men are just sexual deviants who are just waiting for the first chance to attack you and get into your pants, and that's the only thing they think about. Well, you know what? They're not like that. And if you actually sat down and had a conversation with a male, maybe you could see that too, but I don't see any discourse coming. And the men who support feminism usually have a girlfriend, that they're a girlfriend, wife, whatever you want it to be, and they're doing it for them. They're doing it for sympathy points, or showing, look at me, I'm not part of the problem. And I think it's ridiculous. I mean, how could you deny all the advancements we have made? Yes, okay, if you want to go back to, the 19 goddamn 40s or 30s or whatever you want, and, women didn't have as much rights, blah, 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 blah. Feminism was needed then. Needed to get women to be able to vote, to have the choice of working instead of staying at home, but we have all those rights now. And we can't deny that there is no one forcing us to be less than men. We are responsible for our own actions, and nothing is keeping us down except yourself. If you cannot make it, if you are having a hard time, then work on it. Do you need a handout for everything that you do? Do you need a pat in the back and, somebody to hold your hand as you walk through life? I mean, if you need that, then there's more problems with you than, just being a feminist. But really, I mean, the belief that men are less than women nowadays is absolutely repulsive to me. I think it's despicable to treat men so poorly, and I just, from my own experience, I mean, of course, there have been bad times. I will never claim that I am a victim. I am not a victim. I am independent. I am strong. I mean, I make these videos. I make impact in my daily life when I counsel people for bipolar disorder or depression, whatever it may be. I have a lot of experience in that. So I, counsel people, and a lot of them are men. A lot of men have suicidal ideation because they think they're not as important as women are. And they can't seek help. If a man shows his feelings, he is made fun of and talked down to. And don't act like that's the reason we need feminism. No, the feminists are a major cause of that nowadays. The feminists are the ones that tell men that they're pieces of shit. And if you have a whole group of these individuals calling you a piece of shit and saying that you're not worth it, then you might start thinking that. So attacking men is not going to be the way to win equality. We have equality in society. If you find someone who treats you like crap, who tells you that, yeah, you do need to be, this, and fit into this category if you want to actually be a woman or whatever, blah, 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 then you have a shitty person. You cannot blame the whole gender for that. That's absolutely idiotic. And that's like saying, oh, this black guy did something, so all black people are horrible. Would you say that? Then why, if a man does something, you would say all men are horrible? I am not a victim, like I said. I am a survivor. I'm a sexual assault survivor. When I was 11 years old, I was raped in my own home while there was an event going on in the lower part of my house. This person took advantage of me upstairs, and it still affects me to this day, of course. It's a very sensitive issue. However, when I finally was able to tell somebody that this happened, and it took over 10 years past the event for me to even tell my own mother what had happened, my father found out, and he was ready to kill this person. I mean, he obviously he didn't do it. He's not going to, but he just absolutely finds it despicable. There was another incident where I was at a gay friend, or so I thought. I would hang out with him and his boyfriend, and we would drink and smoke and have fun, and everything was good and all hunky-dory. I really liked them both. I loved his boyfriend. He was such a sweet kid. I say kid, and he's younger than me. He's a kid to me, even though he's, over, 20, whatever now. But one night when we were done, I was sleeping in the room on the floor like I usually do, and I woke up to somebody climbing down off the bed. And I kind of panicked, and I just stayed still and pretended I was asleep. And my friend, not really friend, I guess, decided he was going to take my hand very gently to not wake me, even though I was just pretending to sleep because I was kind of petrified at the thought of what was happening. And he placed it on his genitalia. And I kind of pretended to snore a little bit, and I rolled over, and he laid there next to me for a couple minutes before getting back up in bed with his boyfriend. And I waited maybe 20-30 minutes, and then I got up, I packed up all my stuff, and I jumped over their fence and ran to my car and went home. But again, that was the things I just talked about were two incidences of men who were shitty people. Not all men are shitty people. Once again, my family found out about this. I told them what had happened, and everyone was ready to go get this person and attack them. My brother was absolutely, he still to this day wants to kick this person's ass, and he could. But again, those are two instances of men being shitty people, not men as a whole being shitty people, because look at the support I've had from communities. I've shared my stories on Reddit, in counseling groups, and there are a lot of male survivors, and male survivors are made to feel guilty, especially if it was a woman that took advantage of them. If a woman took advantage of them, people laugh. People make fun of them. People say, what, you can't fight off a woman? Or what, you didn't like it? What, are you gay? It's like, would someone, after sharing my story, would you look at me and go, well, shouldn't you like it? Shouldn't you, whatever? I mean, it doesn't help that I'm gay. That didn't help. But no one would say that to me. No one would say anything like that at all to me. It would only be men who are ridiculed for being sexual assault survivors. And it's disgusting. And nowadays, women have a higher percentage of being in higher education. Men are actually falling behind on that. And we don't see that as an issue. We say, oh, look, women are winning. No one's winning if it's that unequal. It's not a game. It's life. We need to support each other as human beings. I am a humanist. I am not a feminist. I am not a men's rights activist. I am a humanist. I believe in the equality of both sexes, all races, all genders, what have you. And if you can't support that, then you have serious issues. Things like manspreading. Do you know a man that does that absolutely invades your space or takes up public transport with their legs being spread? You know why men sit like that? This is a little secret I might clue you in on. Men sit like that because they have what are called balls. And balls are between their legs. And if you sit, legs together all proper, like a woman or something like that, you're squishing yourself and it hurts. If my tits were between my legs, I would sit with my legs apart as well. I mean, I already do anyway. I mean, am I man spreading because I sit with my legs open or cross-legged most of the time? Am I, hurting the females in society by taking up too much space? Oh, wait, I'm not, because I'm a woman, and therefore it's okay for us to do it, but it's not okay for men to do it. You know, I don't understand it, and I've watched so many videos from both sides of the argument, and it's all a bunch of crap that is perpetuated in our society. I don't understand it. I really, I really don't. I mean, I don't know what people are talking about when you don't have. Okay, so support groups. If you find domestic violence in your life and you're a woman, you have DV shelters you can go to. You have places that will assist you. If you're a man in an abusive relationship, once again, you really don't have a DV shelter to turn to because they don't accept men. You don't have counseling because who ever heard of a man being beaten up by a woman? Oh, never at all, right? But if you are being attacked and hurt or slapped and kicked and punched and bit maybe or scratched or whatever by a girlfriend or a wife, and you call in to get help, once again you're treated as you're a pansy, you can't fight a woman. I don't see the equality there. We should be striving for men's shelters and domestic violence counseling and safe spaces for men. But usually that only goes to women. I mean, there are very few progressive thinking agencies out there that do help men. But at the same time, minority and very selective places are not helpful if you live, say, somewhere in the rural U.S. or anywhere else in the world and are having these problems, and the nearest shelter or nearest help is 70 to 100 miles plus away from you. You don't have a hotline you can call. If you reach out to people make fun of you. People tell you that you're pathetic and weak and what the hell are you doing? Or, I mean, when it goes back to, it's same thing with a kid being raped by an adult. There's a really touching video out there. I'm going to find it and link it in the description. You've probably seen it before, but it's a man, I can't remember his name, talking about his experience of sexual assault when he was a younger child by a woman, an older woman, who took advantage of her position and hurt him immensely, and how he was treated because of what had happened to him. If I share my story, people gather around to tell me it's okay, we're here to help you, we're here to make it better. But not for men. And I have a very big problem. I guess that's why I rambled on about it, but that's my biggest problem with feminism, is the fact that men are treated like crap. And I completely despise that, because men, just because one action of a man does not make up the whole entirety of males. Just because a woman does something shitty, does that represent all females? No, not at all. But the feminist movement itself has aligned itself to be man-haters and social justice warriors, and that ideology is poisonous and does nothing but hurt society and make us separate from each other and create a bigger divide for men and women. And something needs to be done about it, because men should have all the rights that women have. And women should have rights too. Women should have all the rights we have now. And we should just all treat each other a little better and a little more equal and stop fighting so much. Well, this video turned out to be a lot longer than I expected. I am sorry for the rambling, but there it is. I am the bipolar lesbian, and I appreciate you watching this video. Drop a like down below. It really helps my self-confidence. But regardless, thank you very much for listening, and you have a good one. Bye.